There's a weird thing here where people will whistle to each other. Like they'll call out, beep, 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 beep. Comes from all around you. You know, like I said, someone wants your attention. What it is, I think it's a mating call for homosexuals. This is how they hook up together in the city when there's enough of them concentrated in one area. And you know, it's just a lifestyle thing. You know, people just whistle through them, beep, beep. And then like the gay dude over here goes, beep, beep. And then another one over here, beep, beep, beep. And what they want you to do is like kind of be like, oh, who's that? What are they? Wonder what they want. And then they hide behind the window and just giggle. I don't know. It's an alternative lifestyle. I don't know much about it. But yeah, food can suck my dick, really. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm always having these problems where I don't know what the fuck to eat. And I eat once a day. And occasionally I have like snacks in between. I drink way too much coffee because I don't like to do drugs anymore, and I need the stimulation, so I'm cranking coffee constantly. I changed it up. I've tried some yerba mate, some matcha. I've been drinking a lot lately. It's all whatever. The point is, eating has become like a problem because everything, as I've gone over here before. So it's absolutely settled science. It's all poison. All of it. All fucking poison. Not just like those boxes of things when you go into a I'd say 99% of what is in a grocery store wouldn't really qualify as food years ago, you know? Like, it's bad. It's all poison. It's all poison. Even like the fruits and like you think the produce, like vegetables or things like that. Trying to get to my house just become complicated. They're GMO, like they're grown with steroids and all this other crap. Think of those photos of the guys spraying the food down for pesticides. This stuff that we will eat, and they're in these very complicated hazmat suits. Oh, dog fight. Yeah, so look at that picture, and I remember showing that to my doctor and saying, look at this. That's what we're eating. That's how that guy's dressed. He thought it was like a joke or a parody or someone that made up. Like he didn't understand like that was real. And it would be hard, unless you know a little bit about things, it would be hard to understand. It would be hard to look at that picture and be like, wait a minute, this is, you know, supposed to be the food we're eating, you know? You wouldn't believe it because it's just kind of crazy, you know? How you doing? Oh, that's a nightmare. I hate moving. God. I used to show up to every move because I'd feel bad. But, yeah, so anyway, food has gotten to be like, I whittled it down to a couple of things that I know won't instantly kill me. And that's watermelon. Even though that's still human, that's growth hormone, the fuck. There's not room in there on a fabric level. I was going to call it fabric. On a fibrous level for them to inject too many things that are going to stay in there. It's just it's too porous, you know. It's mostly water. So, whatever. And popcorn. Because of the way it breaks down in your system, and it can help. It can help to clean you out a little bit. As long as you don't have too much of it, then it has the opposite effect. So you got to even be careful with that. But I'll eat watermelon and popcorn. I went months on a time just eating those two things and drinking coffee. You know what I will eat though? If my mother-in-law makes something for us, I'll always eat it. I don't care what it is, like Kobe beef or all kinds of stuff she'll make. And I'll usually have that I don't know, 3 or 4 times a month, maybe once, or maybe less than that. Depends. Who the fuck cares? What I'm saying is that I'm afraid to eat anything. So I'm gonna kind of put food in the rearview mirror. You know, I've been eating it a while. Sometimes it's been bad for me. I started overeating to make myself less sexually attractive to pedos when I was younger, and that's why I blew up and got fat. You know. Many such cases, actually. Many such cases. I also stopped drawing so they would leave me alone. But, yeah, so now it's like, I fucking don't know. I just don't know what to eat, and I'm ready to just say, fuck food. You know? You hear all these stories, or I've always heard stories about people that do these hunger strikes in prison. And I'm like, what's so fucking hard about that? I don't know. It's not impressive to me anymore. When I stopped eating like a pig, you know, like most people do, they eat like pigs. I realized that's not all that impressive. You know, I mean, it's sad people have to do that, but I don't know. It'd be a nice way to die. You just get kind of tired after a while. I know people say it's super painful, but how the fuck do they know? If they knew, they wouldn't be sitting here telling me about it. But yeah, I fucking I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do as far as food. So I'm just gonna, until I can figure out something else, I'm gonna have to walk away from it. I'm gonna have to walk away from food. You know, it's been there through good times and bad, through confusion and doubt, and joy, and happiness. But, you know, all mediocre things, you know, must come to an end. And I'll miss it, I'm sure. I'm getting rid of everything. I'm dumping the mobile gaming and food at the same time. It reminds me of when I stopped doing coke and cigarettes at once. There was an improvement, you know, for a while, and then I got bored. But it's going to have to be something like that. Now nutrition is, you know, it's a problem, but I got tons of supplements, man. You know, it's my outlook on this is sort of like Spicoli's dad. You know, he's got a ton of tools, he can fix it, no problem. I'm kind of feeling the same way about this. I got tons of powders, I got tons of pills, supplements, you know, omega-3, matcha, turmeric. What else do I take? Bunch of shit. Vitamin D. I got stuff, you know. So I'm gonna be all right. And maybe I'll come back to food. I don't know. I don't see it happening right now. I think we're both happy doing our own thing. Food's happy, poisoning, killing people. It's got its own thing going on. And you know, I'm just gonna do my own thing now too. Like, we're moving in different directions. It's just the classic case of irreconcilable differences, or musical differences, I think it's a good way to put it. Somebody yelling. There's always something going on here. Always unhappiness. There's unhappiness because there's boredom. And there's boredom because there's stupidity. Like I was saying the other day, it's like the stupid people are like dead people. They're oblivious to anything, but it's everyone around them has to fucking suffer and deal with it. There's a lot of stupidity here. It's crazy. So yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, you know, I'm gonna stick with the supplements, and we'll just see where it goes. I'm gonna take this no food thing for a spin, see how far it gets me. Cause fuck it, I didn't even tell you what kicked this all off. I guess that I should include that. I've been into eating these acai bowls lately, and what acai bowl is it's like, it's the fruit, like a berry, and it's mixed with another berry, and then they put them in these bowls with you know, stuff on top of it, like granola, honey. You can fix the toppings and shit. But there's a lot of blueberries and stuff and bananas in it too. At least how I have it made, you know. And I'm like, this is good, right? This is good. Everything's cool. This is good for me. I never really looked into it, which is a common problem I have. Is I don't like to read instructions because I think I know everything, which I do. So that's surprising. This whole thing even happened. But so I'm just reading something about it as I'm eating it. I'm like, hey, what is exactly where did this come from? What's the origin of this thing? You know, because it seems to be like an island thing. And yeah, something like 12 spoonfuls of sugar is in this fucking thing. Sugar is poisonous to your system. It's a poison. This is not Schizo guy. This is like the science boys say this. If you look into sugar, it's actually poisonous to your system. And you crave it because of, because of parasites. They want the sugar. You don't really give a fuck about it. Now, I haven't really gotten too far into the parasite thing. I know I got them. Most people have them. I mean, we give our pets those fucking pills to get rid of them, but we don't. But we're fine, you know. We're just a far more, is what they say, a more complex biodome. But like, I guess we don't have them because they haven't been introduced to us by the evil of the world. Your body's perfect. Everything that's wrong with it has been introduced. I was thinking the other day about how prevalent Alzheimer's is now. Like my mom had it, all my friends' moms have it, my mother-in-law's mother had it. It's whatever they decided to put in the jab of that generation. I believe the jabs at birth determine your death by what's in there. It's a cocktail of mixed up stuff that takes a long time to come together and will eventually reveal itself in some sort of illness. Illnesses just don't happen in your body. Well, your body wasn't producing enough of it. No, your body's fine. It was perfect to begin with. You know, usually, I mean, there are those cases where if something didn't turn out right in your body, it's because of what was going wrong with your mom, you know, in her body. It's just like, I always talk about operations and how retarded they are and how invasive they are and how they hack off pieces of your body. But the whole thing is, it's evolutionary based. You know, you can't say this was intelligently designed, because if you said it was intelligently designed, then things like invasive surgery would not make sense. So they can't say that. Because you don't build like a Ferrari, right? And then be like, well, yeah, there's something wrong with the catalytic converter or whatever. All right, so what do? All right, we got to cut it's like making a Ferrari without a trunk or without a hood, okay? So now you have to work on the Ferrari. You got to drill a fucking hole into the Ferrari? You're not going to do that. You wouldn't design it that way, right? So in the same way, we weren't designed to be cut open. And if we maintain the diet we're supposed to maintain or you know, not maintain, we don't need to have chunks of us cut off or cut into. If we're dosed at birth with something that will eventually metastasize into something, then fuck yeah, you gotta start cutting parts off of yourself later in life. It's designed that way. The reason people wouldn't believe that is because they don't understand evil and they can't believe that there's such evil. That's why evil's allowed to exist and proliferate, because people don't believe it. It's that old the devil convincing you he doesn't exist thing. It's all that meme. But every day we grow a little wiser, hopefully. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.